It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, on the road they know this is a winnable game, but it won't be easy. A quality team with their home fans behind them, always a tough challenge to overcome. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
And the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And it's back to Detroit for the Pistons at the conclusion of today's game. We've continued to see the pieces come together for this team, and they seem to be picking up steam.
And they're playing some of the most impressive basketball we've seen all season in the NBA. It's hard to think of any team that's played better than they have during this streak.
And, Greg, I love the attitude they're bringing onto the court every night, the belief you can see in this group. It's going to take something very special to beat this team.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of all field up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Johnson. Andre Drummond is out there with Griffin. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the 2. That one goes in. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
Now we'll go to our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. I had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
Thanks, Kevin. We talked about the difficulty of slowing down this dynamite offense.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to be the ones dictating the tempo and the pace. Keep the high-octane offense on the other side in check.
Now here's Simmons following the miss by Griffin. There's the screen. Here's Embiid. Layup off the pick. Saric uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is, Greg, when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
First free throw is good.
And when you look at what the Pistons have done, pretty clear this is a team that has a vision of who they want to be. Strong defensively, really good at rebounding the basketball, and I think deliberate and patient on the offensive side of the floor.
Both free throws good from Griffin. And with the Pistons, this has been the identity the team has been aiming for under Stan Van Gundy. It's great to produce big results.
I think it's because they've just always been 1 or 2 pieces short of making that next jump. I think the conference has gotten stronger, and while their best players are really good, I don't think they're quite at that elite level yet to allow this group to take that next step.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Saric. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Feeds to Griffin. Pass to Kennard. 5 on the clock. Baseline J on the way. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Simmons with it. He picked up 18 points in their last win against San Antonio.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Here's Jackson. Here's Drummond. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Boy, I like the activity of Drummond on the glass. I mean, he's so big and active. Excellent timing and hands, always pounding and grinding for offensive rebounds.
Embiid with a screen on Johnson. And Embiid throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean talk that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is full. You've got to have... Oh,
man.
Well, anyone looking for highlights, because you just found one. How about the creativity there in the air?
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. They set the pick. Ilyasova with the ball, and Griffin picks him up defensively, and the shot goes in from Fultz.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, he's so creative with the ball and his ability to shake free from bigger guys to knock down those triples. Boy, that's a thing of beauty there.
The 76ers trail by 3. Dishes to Embiid. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel, the centerpiece to their defense.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And the first one drops. And with Embiid's presence now, Clark, opponents shoot a very low percentage around the rim.
Well, the best defensive impact in the league by the numbers, Kevin. His 7'5" wingspan, a big part of that.
So he gets them both.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
Griffin sets the screen for Jackson to the left wing. Pass to Kennard. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Griffin. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Johnson dishes to Griffin. Here's Fultz. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Fultz has got 8 points.
Boy, hard not to admire the fluid release Fultz has. I mean, love seeing him switch right from dribbling into a shot. Off the dribble, knock it down.
Griffin, no one around him. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Ennis, he's checked in for Johnson. To the right side. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Here's Embiid. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Griffin. Pistons trail by 4. Jackson drives in. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. No good again that time. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. They get the rebound. Outside for Simmons. He feeds it to Ilyasova. Embiid the screen. Now Simmons. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16. Ilyasova can't hit.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You've got to plug up these lanes to the basket, especially when Griffin is slashing with force.
Griffin's gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. Covington a screen on Jackson. Embiid wide open. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 7 points for Joel Embiid.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Ilyasova against Griffin. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Ilyasova a screen. Over to the wing. There's the 3. Another miss by Ilyasova. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Ennis. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Bellinelli comes in for Robert Covington. J.J. Redick's checked in for Fultz. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. That one drops. He ties it up. We always talk about what a good shot is from time to time. Clark, how would you define a good shot in the context of an offensive possession?
To me, Kevin, a good shot is a shot that a guy can make 60 to 80% of the time when he takes it. Whether that's a three-point shot, your up moves, your mid-range jump shots, those are quality shots. And then the other piece of it is you don't want to take a lot of contested shots. You can make them as a pro, but good shots are shots you can make 60 to 80% of the time, and usually that means you're getting open shots versus contested shots.
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Outside, Redick. Johnson the screen. Here's Bellinelli. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Ennis on the double team. Johnson, a wide open look. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. And the 76ers lead by 2. Lure the screen. Smith kicks to Tolliver. Pass to Galloway. Puts up a 3. And the 3 ball is good. Galloway has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside, Redick. Johnson the screen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you like to out there.
Smith dishes to Tolliver. Here's Galloway. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Now it's a 3-point Detroit lead. Outside, Redick. He kicks it to Ilyasova. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Nice looking shot from Ilyasova. He hits these shots consistent, especially when the defense doesn't make their presence felt.
Smith the pass to Tolliver. Here's Lure. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And Redick kicks to Johnson. There's the feed to Bellinelli. Johnson the screen. Bellinelli dishes to Johnson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, there is a saying now that is pretty accurate. You either sell success or you sell hope. And the process in Philadelphia may have been hard to watch, but it did give their fans hope for a better day.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And through all the losing, the fans in Philly have been pretty supportive of the Sixers' goals to draft star talent.
Yeah, and you know what? Thousands of fans coming out to watch the draft lottery is an indication of how optimistic and behind the Sixers these fans are. I mean, trust the process has been their rallying cry. And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
Now Bellinelli misses from short range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Ennis misses. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
There's the dish to Bellinelli. And there's the pass to Redick. Now, here's McConnell. Not a lot of room. Ilyasova passes to Johnson. Out to the wing. Johnson the screen. Kicks it to Redick. McConnell in the corner. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Pistons leading. Here's Ennis. And Ennis slams it in.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Johnson kicks to Redick. Ilyasova sets a screen for Redick. Here's Johnson. And it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got his third rebound on the night. And here's Smith. He averages about 5 points a game. There's a screen. He dishes it to Galloway. And the three off target. Blake Griffin getting it done for the Detroit Pistons. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We come back right after this. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
Here are the five Detroit has to start the second quarter. We've got Anthony Tolliver, also Johnson out there. John Lure is out there with Ish Smith. And it's Galloway in at shooting guard.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Now here is Smith. They set the pick. Here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
That's how you pass the pumpkin. I mean, Smith really keeps his head on the swivel to get that ball over to his open teammates.
The 76ers trail by 4. Outside, Redick. Johnson the screen. Bellinelli with the 3. Offensive rebound. Johnson's shot is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Passes it to Galloway. Lure a screen on Redick. Galloway dishes to Tolliver. He got right to the cup using that screen. Tolliver's got the lead up to 6 now for Detroit. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Outside, Redick. Johnson kicks to Bellinelli. Johnson the screen. Bellinelli passes to Šarić. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Šarić has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Feeds it to Tolliver. And Lure kicks to Smith. Johnson goes in. And Clark, there are a lot of great scorers in the NBA, but do you think a handful of players are just impossible to defend?
There's only a few guys that are impossible to defend, and I think the most unguardable guy in the league is Kevin Durant. We've not seen anybody with his size, length, touch, speed, ball handling in all the time that I've watched the NBA. I mean, this is a 7-footer that moves like a guard, handles it like a guard, shoots it like a guard, and is 7 feet tall. There's nobody close to him in that regard. LeBron James, because of his physicality and speed and skill, would be second, but Durant, the most unguardable guy in the league.
First free throw is good, and Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Robert Covington comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Fultz, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And a different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Lure. Blake Griffin comes in for Anthony Towers. Kennard, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Smith. And that one's good. Drummond.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Fultz. And that one goes long. Pistons leading by 7. Jackson dishes to Drummond. And Simmons kicks to Fultz. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yes, he does, Kevin. Love seeing Griffin finish with power at the rim. Awesome at throwing it down when he's in this deep.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
For the 3. Rebound, Andre Drummond.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Jackson passes to Johnson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Pass to Kennard. Baseline jumper. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Covington, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Fultz with the ball. An 11-point game for him in the win against San Antonio. And that one's good. Simmons.
And really with Simmons, the guy just has everything, including that soft mid-range jumper.
Jackson dishes to Drummond. Johnson kicks to Jackson. Lets the 3 fly. No good that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
No good from Simmons.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Kennard. Good D by Embiid.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Detroit shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
First one falls for him. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, on building towards something great And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. The 3-ball. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got his 3rd assist on the night.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And as we get this far into the season, Clark, we start to hear trade rumors float around. Did you ever hear your name floated in trade talks?
You know, I didn't pay a lot of attention to news reports of the media. I would only occasionally read the paper, but there was a year, my 2nd year in the league, where my name came up with Philadelphia possibly, but it was short-lived and I didn't give it a lot of time or attention.
Here's Kennard. It's good. Kennard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And Embiid gets it to go.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently, the vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Jackson passes to Johnson. Jackson kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Drummond. To the paint. It's stolen by Sharks. And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Covington. And the shot no good, a bit short. Pistons leading by 10. Johnson kicks to Jackson. He feeds it to Griffin. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Covington banked in off the glass.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Jackson dishes to Drummond. Down low. Here's Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants, and then gets his shot off in time.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ennis is checked in. And Johnson, no good on that one.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the 2nd quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the 1st.
And Fultz gets it to go.
Man, I love the energy Fultz plays with, Kevin. I mean, when he's deep in the paint, he's really comfortable going up to shoot it.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Pass to Ennis. On the wing, Johnson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 21st-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the 76ers.
And the three-pointer was their preferred weapon. It can be a risky strategy, but it's one that more and more teams have embraced over the years.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Philadelphia. The 76ers trail by 10. Outside, Simmons. Covington kicks to Simmons. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And Ben Simmons putting on over 30 pounds of muscle going into his rookie season. Do you think there was any connection between that extra weight and the broken bone he suffered in his foot?
I could certainly understand why people might speculate that, but I'm not going to go there. Clearly, strength is more important than additional weight.
Gentlemen,
and those kinds of injuries do tend to show up because of overuse, though, Kevin.
And he makes the first.
Boy, the athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable the talent this man has and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
Langston Galloway's checked in for the Pistons. Good on both.
And Ben Simmons has what I think is elite defensive potential. Quick feet, quick hands, good size, good IQ, and he's a terrific rebounder.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
The 76ers trail by 10. Timeout called, the 76ers. And defensive versatility, so important nowadays. Simmons' combination of size and mobility enables him to defend multiple positions.
And, you know, Kevin, I think he can be an outstanding defensive player, even though his effort was questioned while he was at LSU. He still came up with blocks and steals, and I think he's got a good basketball IQ, and if he makes a commitment at that end of the floor, I think he could be better than average there.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's right around 17 points a night, then over 3.5 blocks. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end. Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin, rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Outside Jackson. To the middle. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Simmons against Jackson. Outside, Simmons. Out to the right wing, and Ilyasova kicks to Simmons. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Griffin passes to Drummond. Now here's Ennis, defended by Covington. Galloway kicks to Drummond. For 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Fultz. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Here's Griffin. That 3 off the mark. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Simmons. John Lure, he's checked in for the Pistons. Ish Smith comes in for Reggie Jackson. Ilyasova a screen. Here's Redick. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Redick's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Philadelphia. Here's Smith. Left side, Griffin. Over Saric. And that one's good, Griffin. Griffin's got 16 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
They set the pick. Now Bellinelli. Ilyasova a screen. Tries it from the top of the key. The shot that time not on target. And it's Detroit the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
Greg, they expended maximum energy, but it was well worth it. I mean, they earned that win with their defense.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
He can't hit that time. Here's Ennis. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Redick. That shot off the mark. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
We welcome you back to Philadelphia, a town full of history. That's City Hall right there with the statue of William Penn perched atop it. And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Blake Griffin in this game. He's been everywhere.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Pistons leading by 10. Simmons is out there with Fultz. Then there's Šarić. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Covington in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And here's Fultz. He had Simmons atop the key. He kicks to Šarić. And Griffin sends it back. And Embiid is right there. The Pistons shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Griffin a screen on Simmons. Jackson dishes to Griffin. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
He doesn't get the second one. The 76ers trail by 9. Fultz kicks to Covington. A 3-pointer is right on target. Covington's got his second basket of the night.
Man, nice perimeter shooting by Robert Covington. Just has such a really aesthetically pleasing release on those long ball attempts.
Picked by Griffin. Kennard, the pass to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. The feed to Griffin. Again, Griffin missing. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Again, the miss by Sharch.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
And Drummond kicks to Jackson from deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Sharch has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Simmons against Johnson. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
The 76ers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Pistons leading by 3. Griffin a screen on Simmons. Here's Jackson, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
That's good from Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Fultz dishes to Simmons. Sharch with the screen for Simmons. Shoots over Griffin. They shoot again, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Pistons leading by 5. Now here's Jackson. 10 points for him. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense, and man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Here's the screen. Fultz kicks to Covington. The dish now to Simmons. Over Johnson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The 76ers trail by 10. Fultz with the ball. He's got 10. Outside, Simmons. Embiid the screen. Simmons passes to Embiid. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. Embiid's got 4 points this quarter.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
There's Jackson with the 3. It's rebounded by Fultz.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Detroit leading by 5. Johnson right side. Covington with the steal. Here's Simmons. Banked in off the glass. Simmons got 11.
Man, I like the activity of Covington's hands. He's constantly active, which is why he's able to get these steals.
Simmons got it. Good job in the low post. And it's now only a 1-point Detroit lead. And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Griffin a screen on Simmons. Jackson dishes to Griffin. Johnson for 3. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 5 assists in the game. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Covington. Sharch with the screen for Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. The shot by Sharch, no good.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pushing it up. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Covington. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Simmons passes to Fultz. Here's Embiid. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Embiid's got 9 points now in just the second half. Here's Jackson. He's got 12. Griffin down low. Charges there. Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
So they take the lead. Simmons got 9 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The pass to Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. Mark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. Ben Simmons, number 1. The 4th spot held by Markelle Fultz.
Talk about hitting the ground running. These two have made an immediate impact with their scoring.
Making it rain for sure. Surprising to see them rack up high digits so early in their careers. Well, you just got to tip your hat to them.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you like to out there.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Johnson comes in for Saric, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Fultz. Detroit also making some changes. John Lure, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Stanley Johnson, and Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Johnson the screen, the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
To end the run. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for Philadelphia.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Embiid. Bellinelli comes in for Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons.
And, you know, Smith, the former Demon Deacon, he's a savvy veteran whose passing and shooting really can frustrate opponents.
And not efficient in that first half, but they have really picked it up here. The shots that weren't falling earlier finally finding the bottom of the net.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Pistons trail by 5. Kicks it to Lure. Back to Smith. There's the pick. Tolliver for 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Galloway has got 5 now.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Lure against Johnson. Now here's Reddick. Defense right on him. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Pistons shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Now here's Ennis. Bellinelli is covering. Smith dishes to Ennis. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Now just a 1-point 76ers lead.
Boy, I love how Smith zips the ball when he's out there. His teammates love him because they know he's always looking to set them up.
Here's Johnson, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Detroit gets called for the foul. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. That's good from Johnson.
And that versatility that Johnson offers has a huge upside. He's mobile and strong enough that he can defend either front court position, and that's a great tool for any team to have.
And Johnson drops them both. Pistons trail by 3. Smith kicks to Galloway. He dishes it to Tolliver. There's the pick. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got 7 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, Reddick. Passes it to Bellinelli. Outside, Reddick. Pass to McConnell. Shoots. And he connects with the jumper. McConnell's got his first points of the game.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
A baseline J. Bellinelli gets the bucket. And it's a 5-point 76ers lead.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
McConnell kicks to Bellinelli. Johnson the screen. Redick is in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. From the wing. Off the left rim and out.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Smith outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Johnson the screen. And Bellinelli kicks to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. They get it again. McConnell, no good with the layup.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for them.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lure the pass to Smith. Lure dishes to Smith. And he drops it in from the low post. Now just a 1-point 76ers lead. Outside, Redick. Feeds it to Bellinelli. Ilyasova a screen. Now here's McConnell. Defense right on him. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Pistons shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Galloway kicks to Smith. Lure the screen. Here's Galloway. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 4th assist in this one.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Detroit up 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
They're not going to walk it up the floor. Even when we score, they're running it. You do not have a chance to relax. The only place you can relax is here.
Stan Van Gundy getting his guys in their break, in their huddle moments ago. Only when they're in the huddle, though. Otherwise, it's go time. You can say catch your breath, but then get back out there and compete.
Well, they're getting challenged by the pace of this game. For their best results, they need to do everything just a little bit quicker.
All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Anthony Tolliver out there with John Lure. And it's Smith. Then it's Ennis. And it's Galloway in at the 2 spot. Tolliver with the bucket. Tolliver's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
This is to Bellinelli. He feeds it to Ilyasova. Here's McConnell. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Galloway, the pass to Lure. And it's Ennis, top of the key. Smith outside. To the middle. Here's Tolliver. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That's foul number 2 for him. And the 76ers making a change here. Charge is checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Johnson comes in for James Ennis. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Smith. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. There's a good screen. Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. Outside, Redick, down to 5 on the shot clock. Screen by Sharch. Shoots off the screen. No good off the back of the rim.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Outside, Jackson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Johnson dishes to Reddick. Screen by Sharch. Here's Bellinelli. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Bellinelli's got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers. Jackson kicks to Johnson. Back to Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Outside, Reddick. Pass to Sharch. From 13. That one a little long.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Reddick passes to Johnson. Now McConnell. Here's Bellinelli. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. There's Galloway, covered by Reddick. Galloway dishes to Tolliver. Outside Jackson, over McConnell. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Jackson. And Philadelphia calls time here. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Robert Covington comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Fultz, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And then for Detroit, Drummond's checked in for Lure. Griffin comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And it's Kennard in for Langston Galloway. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Pistons trail by 3. Outside Jackson. Up top Griffin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the first one at the line is good. Blake Griffin hits them both. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Embiid the screen. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. The Pistons trailing. There's the pass to Kennard. Now Drummond. He kicks it to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
The feed now to Fultz. Covington inside the line. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin's got his 6th rebound on the night. Drummond passes to Kennard. Now the dish to Griffin. Passes it to Kennard. To take the lead. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 21 in the game.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
Beyond the arc. That's good from Fultz on the assist by Sharch. 13 points for Markelle Fultz.
Man, I like the quick catch and release from Fultz. A confident shooter who's ready to fire as soon as he catches it.
Griffin kicks to Drummond. Pistons passing it around. Jackson from long range. It's rebounded by Fultz. Fultz has got 3 rebounds so far.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Are you? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one on Embiid. Free throw drops for Griffin. And so he hits both. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Fultz kicks to Covington. Screen by Sharch. Pass to Embiid. Deflects the pass. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Here's Fultz. Embiid. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin passes to Kennard. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And the Pistons lead by 1. For Philadelphia, they've gone through the 4th quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Covington. Embiid with a screen on Johnson. Here's Fultz. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Jackson against Simmons. Jackson dishes to Griffin. Second chance shot. Kicks to Johnson. Got a piece of it. Jackson from long range. Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Simmons against Jackson. Clock at 6. Here's Embiid. Again, Embiid missing. The Pistons have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Penetrating. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Embiid. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Bellinelli checked in for Philadelphia.
One shot.
And that one falls for Johnson. Here's Fultz. He dishes it to Bellinelli. Feeds it to Fultz. Simmons against Jackson. Tries again. No good from Simmons. The Pistons leading. Johnson with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Outside Jackson. In the corner, it's Griffin. No good. And Philadelphia the other way now. Here's Simmons. And the layup is good. Simmons got 15 points in just the second half.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Pass to Kennard. Picked by Griffin. Kennard's shot is off.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Fultz, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Jackson passes to Johnson. Outside Griffin. Dishes to Jackson. Griffin kicks to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Back to Griffin. He feeds it to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. The pass to Kennard. Over Fultz. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Fultz dishes to Bellinelli. A baseline J. Rebound by the Pistons. Griffin's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Kennard, the pass to Griffin. To the left side wing. 1:32 left to play here in the fourth. The 76ers trail. Here's Simmons. Good D by Drummond.
And that layup is usually going in, especially when the defense is as lazy as that.
They grab their own miss. Griffin kicks to Drummond. Jackson from long range. They shoot again. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. And the Pistons lead by 3.
Great effort, terrific instincts. It's just solid all-around play, Kevin.
Fultz dishes to Covington. He kicks it to Simmons. Charge has the open look. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 5. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
And the 76ers making a change here. Holmes checked in. Simmons passes to Šarić. But they'll get another chance.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game. Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Anderson, he's checked in for Richaun Holmes. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Covington setting the pick for Fultz. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Simmons, count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Hey, it's clear. Simmons is a very gifted player, somebody who is mentally strong in these situations and takes the challenge on head first.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. And Philadelphia calls time here. They trail by 7. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done. But hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
$19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Redick kicks to McConnell. The feed to Anderson. There's the triple. Outside for Redick. McConnell passes to Holmes. Redick with the three. No good on that one. And so the Pistons take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
I'm just putting in the work, and my teammates, honestly, believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.